When can you call yourself a real artist? Is it when you graduate with an MFA from art school? Is it when you sell your first painting, your first 10 paintings, your first 100 paintings? Is it when a certain percentage of your income comes from your art sales? What really defines a real artist today? I see a lot of outdated notions thrown around online about what a real artist does and does not do, and how a real artist makes money. Notions that I believe hold us all back. So let's talk about that. And since I am an artist, I'm going to paint while I do that. I'm going to paint this crow because crows are awesome and much more interesting to look at than I am. There are so many prejudices and strong beliefs in the art world. Oh my god. Everything from you have to go to art school to you have to exhibit your art or win juried shows or be represented by a gallery. And maybe you've heard it said that only failed artists teach, or serious artists don't have YouTube channels, or every artist needs to be on Instagram, and blah blah blah. The problems with these beliefs are twofold. A, they prevent a lot of people from following their dreams and building an art career, because not everyone can or wants to go to art school, or do exhibitions, or work with a gallery, or use Instagram. And B, they hold professional artists back. We fear not being taken seriously as artists, and we become very limited in how we can build a sustainable income for ourselves. It's easy to be a starving artist when all you can sell are your actual artworks themselves. You'll be limited in how many of those you can produce in a given week or month. And with the fluctuations in the art market, you'll be in a very vulnerable position. Historically, artists were either supported directly by wealthy patrons or worked with galleries. That's where this old ideal comes from. The artist alone in their studio, only practicing their craft and not having to dirty their hands with any of the other stuff, like business strategy and marketing and sales. The path towards making a living as an artist in the olden days was heavily gatekept and only available to a privileged few. But today, the internet has changed everything. Anyone can pursue this career. Artists can build their own audiences and revenue streams entirely without gatekeepers, and we kind of have to. Galleries are closing down at a rapid rate, especially in smaller cities, and although some artists have a Patreon page, very few have an actual wealthy patron who keeps them warm and fed. So we are on our own. Artists today, or any creative, frankly, have to diversify their income in order to thrive or even survive. They have to think like entrepreneurs. So the idea that a real artist only sells art is very misleading and harmful. Even famous artists today rarely make all their money from just selling paintings. They also sell prints and commissions and courses and workshops. They freelance, they license their work to companies, write books, design products, run YouTube channels or podcasts, and much more. I encourage you to research your favorite artists and see for yourself. I can't think of a single living artist that I look up to who only sells original artworks. And if they do, chances are they're either still employed in some capacity or retired after a long and successful traditional art career, or they also run other businesses. They don't sustain themselves exclusively off of art sales. When I started my art business back in 2021, I deliberately steered away from the traditional route. I wasn't interested in doing exhibitions or approaching galleries or even selling my paintings at all. I just wanted to paint and share my journey learning art. So I started this YouTube channel. And later on, as my skills and my confidence grew, I started teaching other artists and creating art courses. I built an email list and sent studio newsletters. I sold paintings sporadically and mostly to family and friends. And it wasn't until several years into my business that I deliberately started releasing art for sale. Today, my income comes from a wide variety of sources. I do sell more original art and prints today, simply because my art is better, my audience is larger, and I deliberately market my art to them more often. But I also sell courses and digital products to other artists. I coach other artists. I offer commissions. I run this YouTube channel. I have a Substack publication. I have art classes on Skillshare. And I plan on adding affiliate marketing and sponsorships to my business this year in order to further increase and diversify my earnings. And most of the other artists I see around me have their own version of this sort of patchwork income. Because the reality is, you never know which income streams will take off and which ones will not. And you don't know how market fluctuations and world events will impact your business. The more income streams you have, the higher your income can get, and the more protected you are against these fluctuations. Or if you're like me and are multidisciplinary, multi-passionate, love some variety in your work, then you don't have to feel constrained to just one thing. You can mix and match your business model. You don't have to be at the mercy of your inspiration. You have many different projects you can pursue and activities that you can do to bring in money. There are so many options and paths to building a sustainable income as a creative today. It's going to look different for everyone, which is why it's so pointless to discriminate and hold on to outdated notions of what a real artist is or does. In my opinion, if you make art, you're an artist. If your income is dependent on your skills and experience as an artist, whether that's by teaching, entertaining people on social media, selling prints or products with your illustrations on them, being a freelance illustrator, or selling your actual original art, then you're a professional artist. I don't think it has to be any more complicated than that, and I believe that's a much more expansive and empowering approach to an art career. You get to set your own goals and rules. You get to design your own dream job. You get to define yourself however you want and define success however you want. I'm curious to know, if you make money as an artist, what are your income streams? Let me know in the comments. Let's exchange ideas and help each other find new ways to thrive. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another one.